Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are diving into the world of LLMs, large language models, and we'll see how we can make LLMs smarter. So we'll be comparing three approaches. One is standalone LLMs, the other one is using Langchain tools like Wikipedia, and then the ultimate RAG approach, how it empowers, smartens the LLM. Imagine you are a student asked about a dinosaurs. Without any resources, your answer would be limited. But with a textbook or some Google search, you can provide a well informed response. That's the idea behind RAG approach, giving LLMs external knowledge for better answer, better response, accurate, up to date response. Let's look at the demo so we get to understand the three approaches better, and then we can discuss more into the terminology of it and the script finally. So I'm running it as a streamlet and on my EC2 machine. So here, once we provide some question or user prompt, what happens is the first approach is to demonstrate how response is generated when Wikipedia API is used, and how LLM without external sources answers the question. And then there is RAG approach, which involves retrieval and generation part. Retrieval is done by Wikipedia API, and then that particular content is enhanced by LLM and generates more accurate and relevant answer. So that's the third approach. So let's say I ask about iPhone 16. With respect to Wikipedia response, it triggers an API towards Wikipedia, and then it actually searched for that particular iPhone 16 phrase, and it got the information, and it shows on the screen. And when we ask the same question to LLM, it says iPhone 16 does not exist because, as we all know, LLMs doesn't have latest current information. iPhone 16 got launched last month in September 2024. So LLM don't have any idea about that information. That's the reason it just says iPhone 16 doesn't exist. And then the third approach, the RAG approach, where retrieval and generation part comes into picture. So retrieval is where Wikipedia API provides information to LLM, and then LLM actually looks into that particular phrase or piece of content, and then upon looking into it, it actually generates the response for us, which is more relevant, up to date, and accurate. So that's where it was able to provide all the information. September 2024, it got launched, and all this information. So these are the three approaches we will be looking further in this video. So let's go to PPT back. So LLMs, right? LLMs are like super smart students who have read tons of books. They can understand and generate text, but their knowledge comes from their training data only. There is no external data. There usually the data is outdated information. So examples of LLM are OpenAI GPT-3, GPT-4, Meta's Llama, and Google's Palm. Those are the few LLMs. And the next part is LLM example in action. So basically, let's say if you wanted to try to use an LLM and then ask ask a question, that's where this comes into picture. So here I'm using Langchain framework, and actually triggering question towards OpenAI's LLM. So winner of NFL 2020, it should definitely give the answer because it is some past action, and it most likely to have that information, and it provides the information. The next is Langchain tools. So basically, as we know, uh, these are the tools which enhances capabilities of LLMs. So these tools allow LLMs to access real-time information from various external sources. Either it can be Wikipedia, some PDF document, or Google search, or any database, everything. It can LLM can have access, and then ca- and it can provide more latest, up to date, accurate information. So this is a simple example of Langchain tool, like Wikipedia. Here we are invoking our question to Wikipedia API, and then it generates the response. As we saw in the Apple iPhone 16 case, it provided two set of answers depending upon the topmost results. It provided the results. So that's how it actually was able to provide us answer. And the third and final approach is RAG. So as we all know, RAG is retrieval augmented generation. So it has two parts, retrieval and generation. So retrieval is done by Langchain tools or something similar to them, and then generation part is done by LLMs. So once external sources provide information, the generation parts takes it and then it actually generates more accurate, relevant answer. So I have explained in detail about RAG in my other videos. Please feel free to check it out. And also I have one more video where I have implemented RAG approach using Google Vertex AI, which is there is no code in it. So please feel free to try it out. And here is a snippet of how a RAG is implemented using Langchain framework. So from Langchain, I'm importing Wikipedia modules and OpenAI module for LLM and prompt template for Langchain chains. So once we ask some question, Wikipedia actually API searches for topmost first result, and document content character max is 200, and then it generates the response. So once the content is received, it is actually passed down to prompt template, where a template is defined on how to act once it receives the content from Wikipedia. So here we are defining, saying that you are a expert in answering general questions. Here is the information retrieved from Wikipedia about the query. Yeah, query is winner of NFL 2020-25, and please summarize this information in simple terms for a beginner. So if you ask some complex question and it retrieves a lot of data, this LLM will actually summarize it and provides in simple terms. That's the way it is invoked, and it provides a response. So let's look at the code on my EC2 machine now. So I'm using Streamlit for the web page, and then I'm importing Wikipedia modules, OpenAI module for LLM, and then prompt template to provide some generic information so that the agent acts that way. Here I did ask for iPhone 16 as my user question, and Wikipedia API will search for topmost two results, and doc content character max is 2000. We can increase or decrease depending upon how accurate and how we want our answer to be. This is the Wikipedia response part. So if you see, this is where it is able to give us to that particular information. And the next is the response from LLM only. So here also I am using the same question but asking to the LLM, OpenAI LLM, and then it generates the response saying that, oh, iPhone 16 doesn't exist because the LLM doesn't have the recent or latest information. That's the reason it provided that response. And the third and final approach is a RAG approach, where in the template we are mentioning instructions for a model to generate and summarize the input. So that's the reason it actually generated and provided the information. So this is the RAG approach, where Wikipedia content is provided as input to the prompt template, and then uh, LLM actually formats the content and response back. So if you wanted to run again and go here and search for it, so this is where it actually generates the response, the Wikipedia response, uh, LLM response, and then the iPhone 16 response. Thanks for watching till the end. Your feedback and support would be greatly appreciated. Please consider subscribing, commenting, or liking if you find my content helpful. Thank you. Have a good day.